Good morning, students. In the first part of the video, we have learnt the meaning of nationalism with a famous picture drawn by Frederick Soreau in 1848. It was of his utopian vision of a nation states. I have already said that the idea of a nation state did not start over a time, but it was time immemorial. During 19th century, nationalism emerged as a force which led the emergence of the nation state in place of the multinational dynastic empires of Europe. The French Revolution of 1789 paved the way for modern nation state. French Revolution questioned the world monarchical order and encouraged the development of a popular nationalism and brought many revolutionary changes. Let us have a flashback of French Revolution before we get into the core of the subject matter, the French Revolution and the idea of a nation. A flashback that you learned in class 9th, the French Revolution. The French Revolution lasted 10 years from 1789 to 1799. It began on July 14, 1789, when revolutionaries stormed a prison called the Bastille. The revolution came to an end in 1799 when a military general Napoleon overthrew the revolutionary government and established the French consulate. The upheaval was caused by widespread discontent with the French monarchy and the poor economic policies of King Louis XVI. You can see the picture here, Louis XVI. Other than the Protestant reformations and World War I, the French Revolution is the most important period in modern European history. It spread Enlightenment ideas across Europe. It led to the rise of nationalism, which would unify Germany, Italy, and break apart the Austrian Empire. Let us study what were the changes brought by the French revolutions along with the changes brought by Napoleon in France. The first clear expression of nationalism came with the French Revolution in 1789. France, as you would remember, was a full-fledged territorial state in 1789 under the rule of an absolute monarch. The political and constitutional changes that came in the wake of the French Revolution led to the transfer of sovereignty from the monarchy to a body of French citizens. The revolution proclaimed that it was the people who would henceforth constitute the nation and shape its destiny. Let us know some of the major changes during the French Revolution. As you all know, French Revolution started in 1789, which was the first expression of nationalism in Europe. French people demanded abolishment of monarchy and establishment of democracy. That means political power was transformed from monarchy to common people. From the very beginning, the French revolutionaries introduced various measures and practices that could create a sense of collective identity amongst the French people. The important idea of la parte, that is the fatherland, and les citoyens, the citizen, emphasized the notion of a united community and equal rights under a constitution. A new French tricolor flag was chosen, and the Estates General was elected by the body of active citizens. You know what is active citizens and passive citizens, we have learned in the last years, and renamed the National Assembly. New hymns were composed in France. Oaths were taken by National Assembly. Martyrs who were killed during the time of French Revolution were commemorated. A centralized administrative system was established, and it formulated uniform laws for all citizens. Then internal custom and duties were abolished, and a uniform system of weights and measures was adopted. Regional dialects were discouraged, many languages were discouraged, and French became the common language of the nation. French revolutionaries liberated the people from despotism to become nations. Despotism here means the absolute power or control of the monarch, and that despotism became the nations, and national feelings were spread over France. While the revolutionaries were busy in liberating the people of Europe, students and educated middle classes began setting up Jacobean clubs. With the outbreak of the Revolutionary Wars, the French armies began to carry the idea of nationalism abroad. Many other countries around the France. And the idea of nationalism spread into Holland, Belgium, Switzerland, and much of Italy in the 1790s. Later, the political system of France paved way for Napoleon to become the Emperor of France. Let us know a short history of Napoleon Bonaparte. Napoleon Bonaparte was a French military leader and emperor who conquered much of Europe in the early 19th century. Born on the island of Corsica, Napoleon rapidly rose through the ranks of the military during the French Revolution from 1789 to 1799. He brought some principles and codes and changes for French society. These are mentioned here. Let us know some advantages and disadvantages of the Civil Code of 1804 also. Napoleon and the changes in his time. In 1799, Napoleon seized the political power in France. Napoleon himself announced as the Emperor of France in 1799. Napoleon set about introducing many of the reforms that he had already introduced in France. He destroyed democracy in France and re-established monarchical system and control. But in the administrative field, He had incorporated revolutionary changes in order to make the whole system more rational and efficient. He was very strong, but in the administrative field, he brought lot many of changes. And he introduced the Civil Code of 1804 to create a uniform system in France. What is the Civil Code of 1804? The Civil Code of 1804 or Napoleonic Code was passed by Napoleon in the year 1804. Some of the advantages of this Civil Code of 1804 are: it removed all privileges based on birth. It established equality before the law. It secured the right to property. And Napoleon simplified administrative divisions, abolished the feudal system, and freed peasants from serfdom and manorial dues. Many guild restrictions were removed, very strict restrictions were removed. Transport and communication systems were improved in France. Peasants, artisans, workers, and new businessmen enjoyed a new-found freedom. There were uniform laws, standardized weights and measures, and a common national currency. All this helped people in exchange of goods. And in many places and cities, the French armies were welcomed as harbingers of liberty. Businessmen and small-scale producers of goods in particular began to realize that uniform laws, standardized weights and measures, and a common national currency would facilitate the movement and exchange of goods and capital from one region to another. However, in the areas conquered, the reactions of the local populations to French rule were mixed. Initially, in many places, such as Holland and Switzerland, as well as in certain cities like Brussels, Mainz, Milan, and Warsaw, the French armies were welcomed as harbingers of liberty. But the initial enthusiasm soon turned to hostility as it became clear that the new administrative arrangements did not go hand in hand with political freedom. So, some of the disadvantages were created. The disadvantages were: Napoleon introduced or increased new taxes, and he increased the taxes. He also introduced censorship over the media. He did not allow anything to be published without his permission. That is, thus having control over the media. And he also forced conscription into the French army. And he also forced the youngsters to join in the army. He introduced the forced recruitment. So you can see Napoleon returning back from a battle. On page number 7, if you look at the picture, is given the courier of Rhineland loses all that he has on his way home from Leipzig. Leipzig, that is the place. From there he lost the battle and he is returning back. Napoleon, there is here it is represented as a postman on his way back to France after he lost the Battle of Leipzig in 1813. Each letter dropping out of his bag bears the names of the territories he lost in Leipzig. So this picture is given on page number 7 in your book for your reference. That's all for today's learning. In the next video, let us learn about the making of nationalism in Europe. Till then, write the notes from the video in your copy. Thank you. Have a revolutionary day.